Welcome back to the pod, everyone.
Hi guys, we actually look very cozy.
We do look very cozy.
You would never think it's 30 degrees outside.
It's fucking 30 degrees in here as well.
It's also roasting in here. But Liv came in a hoodie. I was like, oh, I might throw on a jumper.
Do you know what? Kate's apartment is so hot. Mine is always like the Arctic because of the dog. But
yeah,
Lily doesn't even feel the heat, does she, at all? Like she actually has.
I have the aircon on.
It's not on.
It's on. It's on. I have the aircon on.
It's not on.
It's because the sun.
Yeah, it's so bad. I think I'm very sheltered where I am.
Imagine the summer.
Oh God, I dread to think. We'll have to move location. This week. I feel like your week has been way more eventful than mine.
Yeah, we missed you terribly this week. I know. Actually, well, no, you were with me for one of the most extreme events. I think I've got extreme. Yeah. Would we like to discuss?
That was honestly, so you're going to have to explain.
Okay, so basically, what was it, Saturday? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Saturday. We had such a wholesome day. All of our friends were over. We all had food. It was like a 12-hour marathon, wasn't it? We were just sitting on the couch.
It was just like a lazy day. You know those days where you just need to do absolutely nothing?
And I don't think
nothing.
Any of us had one of them in so long, so we were like, it was the best thing ever.
We just vegged out.
We did. Like, really no one moved from this couch. And if you sit on this couch, it's literally like, it's like clouds.
You just sink into it.
You just sink into it.
So good.
So we all chilled, and it was like, what time was it? It was like 12 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
And I said to Liv, oh, I'm getting like a... I said, I'm getting a bit of a lump on my lip. And she was like, oh, no, it's fine. And then she felt it, and she's like, oh, that's getting quite big. Everyone left. Liv was like, oh, I'll stay tonight. And then within the space of 20 minutes of us getting ready for bed, I looked like, you know, that thing botched on like E.
Honestly, right, I have never seen anything like it in my entire life. She came up to me, she was like, oh, feel that? And I felt it. It just felt like a little lump in her lip. I was like, oh yeah, maybe you've been bitten by something because there's loads of midges around. I've literally been mauled to death by them at the minute. So I was thinking, oh yeah, it'll be fine. And then we were sat on the sofa and I had my head in my phone for about 20 minutes and I literally looked up and she looked like... Do you remember when everyone did the Kylie Jenner challenge?
Yeah,
and people like suck into they like suck into the bottles and it makes your lips like expand. That's what she looked like. And I was like, holy shit. Right. And we just stayed up, didn't we? And then it was like 1 a.m. and we were like, right, okay, it's not going down. What do we do? It's actually getting bigger. And then you came up with like rashes.
Everywhere. On my face. And then I said, Liv was like, it says take 1 antihistamine. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just take 2. And then it was just not moving, so we got the ambulance.
Cool. Then Kate was like, should I just take some more? And I was Googling and it said, do not exceed 1 tablet per day. I was like, Jesus Christ, she's going to have an overdose on antihistamines in a sec. And then very, very good over here, you can WhatsApp the emergency services. You sent a picture and they were like, call an ambulance right now.
Yeah, because I thought like a doctor would come to the apartment and they were like, you need an ambulance right now.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Ambulance came. Liv found it very entertaining.
They recorded the whole thing.
They were just jamming injections into my legs. And he was like, he had an EpiPen and he was like, oh, this won't hurt. Bear in mind, I had really nice silk pajamas on. Okay, one of my favourites. He said, no damage to it. Blood all over the...
He just jabbed it through your leg though, didn't he? Like straight away, he's like, oh, don't worry, it's meant to go through your clothes. And you were like, I can roll my trouser like a fly. Have you done that?
I don't know why he did that, but that was fine. I kind of calmed down a bit. I went to bed, woke up the next morning, I looked the exact same. And she just woke up and was just laughing at me.
I literally walked out the toilet and I just saw her and I was like, oh no. I honestly thought you'd wake up and it would just go down. We were like, oh, haha.
I know.
And no, it was still the same.
No, it was so bad. So then I had to go to the hospital, but I think the girls did shift. So you were done with your shift and then Kiki went to the hospital with me and had to get another EpiPen, more injections. Then the next day the ambulance had to come again. And then I went on antibiotics. So I've been settled since then.
How long did it actually take to go down?
5 days.
Jesus Christ.
5 days.
So you were going around with the gym, like with just like massive overfilled lips. That's what it looks like.
And I was getting like a rash. So I looked like there was like genuinely something severely wrong with me.
And we think it was pine nuts.
We think pine nuts.
Are you going to try eat them again?
Absolutely not.
Just to see.
No, everyone's like, try it again. I'm like, I would rather not do that again.
I thought you've eaten pesto before, no?
I have. This is the thing, but I haven't like eaten pine nuts in that amount of quantity before.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is like tray source is not too bad, but is like an extreme amount.
Because Kiki's sister did make homemade pesto, which I obviously couldn't eat because I'm dieting, but you all devoured it.
Yeah, Leisha messaged me, Kiki's sister, being like, I didn't almost kill you. I was like, just almost, it's fine. But she used a whole packet of pine nuts, like a big packet. So I think that's what happened, but we survived.
Speaking of EpiPen, have you seen Love is Blind?
Oh my God.
It is
Guys.
so funny. I don't actually watch it every single time, but I feel like everyone's watched this season. And this season, if you haven't watched it yet, you need to watch it because it is fucking so funny.
It's so funny. That's what we were doing that night. We watched the marathon of it. Oh my God. I think you have to be genuinely like some seriously type of person to go on that. Like, I don't know. And like, they're young. It's not like they're not.
Americans are bred differently.
They're weird.
They are so...
Sorry, guys, but you are a little bit weird.
Whoever is American, I really apologise, but the UK could never.
We said that, yeah. No
the
way.
UK could never because we don't work the same. We don't think the same.
No.
I actually just couldn't do that.
Like, I honestly am wondering what is genuinely wrong with them when they're like, and there's some, that like, that girl, what's that girl's name with the brown hair on it?
You're going to have to narrow it down.
Oh my God, the really good looking
The stunning one,
Yes.
the Kardashian,
Yeah.
Jessica.
Jessica is honestly, in my opinion, she's an 11 out of 10. I'm like, what are you doing on that show? I don't know. She's got her life together. Like, I'm like, what is going on? What's happening?
I don't know. And she loves Jimmy.
Oh,
She loves Jimmy.
Oh no. No.
And Jimmy's now with Megan Fox. Honestly.
Guys, okay, right. One thing, right? So obviously on the show, you're not meant to describe yourself, right, or whatever.
Yeah, so I actually thought you weren't allowed to say anything about what you look like.
Yeah, you're not meant to, because the whole thing is like, love is blind. Even like if someone, like, you know, you can tell by their voice sometimes.
I honestly believe that Jimmy went with, what's her name?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. I think he went with Megan Fox because he thought he was going to get Megan Fox. When really Jessica is more Megan Fox.
Okay, so imagine if you were behind a screen, right, for example, and there was a guy that you really liked and he was like, oh, what do you look like? And I just said, oh, well, I look like Kim Kardashian. And then I came out, he would be like, sorry?
What the fuck? Yeah.
So obviously, if someone said, I'm going to look like Megan Fox, one of the best looking women in the world, I'm pretty sure he's going to be like, well...
Do you know what's so funny? I have seen some pictures and sometimes I'm a bit like, I can kind of see what someone's saying just with the eyes, but I actually think she looks more like Adele.
Yeah, but is it face apt though?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because when you see her in real life versus, look, I honestly, that's a bold statement anyway.
What would you say if someone said in the pods, if you were in the pods, and someone said, hi, how are you? Like, describe you in like 5 words. What would you say?
Like visually?
No,
like a person?
Yeah.
Well, obviously I'm going to like hype myself. Of course
you are.
Legend. Absolute legend. Hilarious.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm going to pretend that I don't have any masculine energy. Zero. Very feminine, not alpha in any way. I'm just super feminine. God, I don't know. I see, because if I say like extremely routine structure, people will think military, and I literally am military.
Yeah, but that's fine.
So structured.
Yeah.
Or would you say routine? Very routine.
Yeah.
What's that? 3?
Yeah. No, hilarious.
Legend.
Structured.
Yeah. Would you say outgoing? I don't think I'm outgoing.
Yes, you are outgoing.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, outgoing. And I would talk to the wall. I could talk to anyone. That's actually, I think, one of my best traits, that I can speak to anyone.
Okay, yeah.
What would you say?
I would say, oh, fuck, That's actually really
It's
hard.
really hard.
Oh.
You can say legend though.
Okay, legend.
Obviously
Hilarious.
legend. Yeah.
Also.
Also structured.
Also structured.
Outgoing. Okay, we're the same.
I don't know whether I am outgoing.
Yes, you are.
Okay, outgoing. I can't talk to a wall like you.
You can though. You are like, we're very similar, but you're more standoffish than me.
Yeah, maybe.
Like I used to be like that. Now I'm just like, maybe it's the Irish in me. And I think it is. I just talk to anyone.
Do you know what though? Like, I used to hate trash telly, and now something like that, it fills me with so much joy. Just because I feel like I need to be able to watch something like that. I actually just can switch my brain off.
100%.
You know, people say like, I don't like watching things like that because it makes me lose brain cells. I enjoy that.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
On a serious note, when someone says to me, I'm going to be so honest about this. Like people will say, oh, like what do you watch? I see people watching bodybuilding podcasts, like all these things. I'm going to be so honest. I don't watch them.
No.
I watch none of them. What do I do after? I watch TikTok to like honestly dumb my brain down because my head is on fire all day long, or I'll watch reality TV because it really makes me not think about anything.
Friends. That's what I watch.
Friends is a good one.
Friends is a great one to just actually switch off the brain.
Yeah.
And I think most people on Love is Blind probably don't have too much brain.
Well, if you honestly think that you're going to meet, telling someone that you love them after like 3 days in a pod.
I didn't even say I love you after 4 months.
I was the exact same.
It was like, oh, I can't say that.
Oh my God, I'm joking.
Do you know what though? Like, to be fair, Joe always says that I'm like a cold fish, and that is actually my feedback from previous relationships as well. I probably would say that, like I am quite cold, I think.
But I'm like affectionate, but like privately, like I'd find it weird if we were like holding hands in public, or I find that a bit weird. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we're very similar in a sense, in the same way, but like. Yeah, I don't know, like, how can you be in love? Or when they get to see each other for the first time. Right, this gives me an ick.
What?
When the shutter comes down and they get to see each other for the first time after they've already proposed, and the girl starts, like, hopping with, like, excitement. And I'm like, stop.
Did you like Jimmy and that girl, though?
Jumping.
She was, like, jumping, like, like, literally, like, waddling over. But like half running, half walking.
Oh,
you know that awkward
God.
half run, half walk that you do when you're like crossing a road.
So bad.
And the car stopped for you and you're like, oh. Like that was what she did towards him. And you could see his face was like almost a bit gutted.
Yeah, because he was expecting
Because
Megan
he was
Fox.
like, oh no, like what have I done?
And what are they calling her on TikTok? Like Megan Wolf.
No.
Oh, I can't. It's really bad. But
Chelsea, that's her name.
To be honest, if you make a bold statement like that, you have to be prepared if you do not look like the exact replica. Like,
yeah. Right. So there's another couple as well, and I can't like. So his name's Jeremy, and Jeremy coupled up with, I think she's called Laura. She's got blonde hair anyway.
Oh God.
So they're in a marriage,
that's a bad one.
and he went out on a night out. She stayed at home. And he stayed out until 5 a.m.
Yep.
The bar closed at 2 a.m. And when she asked what he was doing, he admitted that he was...
In a car park, right?
Was it a car park? He stayed behind to speak to the other girl that was in the pods.
Yeah.
What would you do in that situation?
Well, like, I'm sorry. Like, come on. Like, you know, some girls, honestly, like... Even guys, like, just, like, she's smart, though. I like the way that she did it. She did it in a very, very good way. Because she basically was just like, right, called him out. And he was like, yeah, I was in the car park. So this guy made the stupidest mistake ever because... Just take note of this if you're ever doing something like this. He basically said he was just in the car park outside the nightclub and he was speaking to her in the car. What are you doing at 3 a.m. talking to a girl intoxicated 3 to 5 a.m.? You're not just talking, are you? Like, you're just not doing that.
I think even if you're talking, like, it's still inappropriate because of who it is.
100%.
You can't do that.
Like, I would classify that as cheating.
I would have put him in the bin straight away.
in the bin.
Because to me, it shows his lack of interest. Because if he was, if that was fully shut down, he would just
Not be there.
He would not even be there
No.
to have the conversation because he'd be like over it. No,
And
thanks.
because the relationship is so fresh, he'd want to be like running home to her.
Yeah.
You know?
To me, that would be like, nah, cut it off.
Yeah, no.
They're not going to get married.
But she tracked him because he was smart and he left his phone in the car. But his Apple Watch also tracks, and that's how she found him, like downtown where the girl's apartment was. That, to be fair, is a bit of FBI.
That is fucking FBI.
But you ever see that TikTok and it's like that girl that can spot, you know, when you sense that someone is doing something to you or you feel like someone's cheating or whatever, and it's like that you can spot, like the biggest flex of a female is that like out of 500 girls he's following, you can find that one person.
Yeah.
And she's that girl. I'm like, well done. Smashed it.
When you get hunched about someone, I feel like you're never really wrong.
You're just not wrong.
You're just never wrong.
You're just not, though. But like that's the thing. I feel, you know, when you don't know someone as well, though, like icks. You don't know anyone. Like I have a lot of icks. Do you? You've been in a relationship too long. You're just in love. Like I have so many icks.
I feel like your icks will be different to my icks though, because I feel like you will just like see more icks than me on like a date, not a day-to-day basis. Obviously, you're not dating every day, but like new people that you encounter, you will probably be a little bit more picky with them and be like, ew.
Ick, yeah.
Do you want to know the biggest ick ever?
Oh my God,
And this
go.
is how you know that you're in a relationship.
Okay, go on.
Having shit in your fridge.
What? What did you just say?
Having shit in your fridge.
What do you mean?
Joe had to do a stool sample.
Shut
So
up.
for 4 days I had shit in my fridge.
Are you joking?
That's true love, I think.
Where'd you put your food?
In the fridge.
Oh my God. What?
So we just couldn't have anything in the fridge
So
for the 4 days.
Oh, that is love.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that.
So we literally just had to have prepped meals and then that the shit was just there.
What? Oh my God.
And then we just had to like clean the fridge.
Nice.
Not use the fridge for however long and then
Just go with the flow again.
like had to disinfect the fridge and then like
Just
carry
like
on.
nothing happened.
Just like nothing happened.
That's true love. Oh
Yeah.
my God. I don't think I will ever be there in my life.
Yeah.
Definitely don't think I can do that. You're a keeper. Keeper. I have so many icks. It's not actually even a...
Go on.
No, they're bad.
Go on.
Like, honestly, eating is number one. The way that you eat. I could be absolutely obsessed with you, but if you chew your food like you are an animal in the jungle,
Yeah.
I can never love
I
you
think,
again.
see, to be fair, I think that's quite a normal one.
Do you think that's normal?
Yeah, I think that's quite a normal one because if you eat like with your mouth open or just have really bad like table etiquette, I think that's like if I was to go to a restaurant with someone and they like didn't know what knife and fork to use. You know, if you go somewhere fancy and they didn't know what knife and fork to use, like I feel like I just went to restaurants from when I was like 6 years old. So I just know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If someone didn't know how to do that, I'd be like,
I know.
God, that's really annoying.
That's an ick. I also, like, just because of my build, smaller legs than me is an ick.
Yeah.
I find that really hard. And you know what's funny? I don't like bodybuilders. I'm not, like, I don't want to be with a bodybuilder. I don't like bodybuilders. So I'm like, how can I find someone that's not a bodybuilder that has big legs? Not possible.
Especially like because I feel like as well they'll obviously have to train because your legs aren't in terms of like muscle, like not the actual like they're not fucking huge in size,
Yeah.
but like because you've got a lot of muscle mass there, unless the person trained, I don't think naturally you would just have like
This is the
huge
issue.
legs,
This is the problem I'm having right now.
so you're gonna have to bend a little bit there.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
The legs is a big thing, and I also have like a really weird thing about like chapped lips.
Don't think that makes mine is so chapped.
No, yours are
right
very
now.
good. No, like chapped lips, I can't. I just have it like
Get some Vaseline.
yes. Yeah, bad. Like, I could be here all day, genuinely. I honestly could be here all day, but those are my, like, top
Do
tier
you know what
ones.
I hate?
Oh, God, go on.
A builder's bum.
Oh, no, stop it. I know.
You know, if someone like bends
No.
over and they got their arse.
No. And the hair.
No.
I also don't like body hair on a guy.
Oh, I don't mind body hair.
No, I'm a big anti.
I used to actually quite like chest hair.
No, I'm anti arms, legs. I'm anti.
Like too dolphin for me. I'm just a bit like, it's just high maintenance. I don't like a guy being too high maintenance. I want you to just be a little bit rough and ready sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like, if you take longer to get ready than me, I don't like that, because I think I'm quite like a low maintenance female, generally.
What? You think you're low maintenance?
Yeah.
Shut up.
I don't wear makeup on a day-to-day basis. I just shove my hair up, usually in a slick bun. Like, for me to get out the door, it takes me 10 minutes.
Yeah, fair.
Do you know what I mean? So if someone's there on a day-to-day, like, blow drying the hair, taking fucking 2 hours to decide an outfit, like, I can't deal with that.
That's an ick for you, right?
Yeah, just not into that.
Yeah.
Just get out the door.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. Okay, I agree with you on that, but I mean just in general, I'm not a lover of body hair. No. Oh. So that's my ick list. Well,
What's your so like say you've been on a couple of dates. What's your green flags?
I think a big thing for me is like someone who's very driven. Like, you have to be driven.
Yeah.
I can't have like a natural conversation with someone. I can't be attracted to someone unless like you're really passionate about. I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
But like, once you're really driven about it, you're passionate about it, you work hard. That to me is like tick. That's overall could knock out a lot of icks if you were like that. You know what I mean? So I think that, and consistency. I don't want you to be there all the time, because I find that like intense, because I'm very much like in my own space. But like, once you're consistent and you can be more dominant, more alpha than me, which I find is quite difficult.
Do you know, I do get that, because I used to hate that, playing games.
Yeah,
you know,
no.
like just not replying for a bit, and then you'd reply, and then they wouldn't reply, and then because they didn't reply, you obviously then would have to take 2 hours to reply. Like, that's boring.
Yeah.
I think that about friendships as well, though. Like, if you blow hot and cold with me, like, I can't be asked for that. You either like me or you don't.
Yeah.
And you're either consistent or you're not. I don't necessarily need like lots of, you know, like just constant reassurance, but I just like to know where I am with someone. So I do get that.
100%. But I genuinely feel like dating now, like compared to, dating now, when I last dated, which is like 9 years ago. Oh my God. Like 9 years ago is totally different.
Is it?
It's totally different. Well, you're kind of living through me at the moment.
Yeah, I am.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, I am. But I think you're just trying to figure out what it is that you actually want.
It's like, you know, like a baby when they're learning to stand up for the first time or crawl.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, because the last time you dated, you would have been young.
Like
Whereas
20.
now, you're in a completely different era of your life where you're like super settled, successful. So like, getting with someone that isn't equally settled.
No way.
You would think is what you want, but you've actually been doing the fucking opposite.
Yeah, I have. We weren't going to talk about this, but I have.
Well, we are talking about
Well, yeah, like I honestly, I'm just a bit confused at the moment. Probably the only thing in my life that I'm like confused about. But like, I'm very up and down with things. I'll kind of maybe date for a little bit and then pull back. Like right now.
Do you know what I think it is though? Deep down, I think it's just because you're like, I like being on my own, and I feel like you're thriving on your own. So like, anyone that you're coming into contact with, like for you is a green flag if you know it's probably not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And you're like, oh, you're fun, you're really nice, but actually like, you're probably not going to be husband material. So therefore, let's go on a few dates. And anyone that's like
Pretty
husband
much.
material, you're like,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I just don't really, like, I'm at a point now where, like, I said to you the other day, and actually it's really nice, like, a lot of people have been saying it the last few weeks, like, I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really, really happy in my life right now. Like, my family is healthy, thank God, with all the issues that I had this year, like my dad and my mom, and like my uncle is doing better, and like everything is moving forward. Like business is going crazy, like bodybuilding's going really well, like my friends, my circle is amazing. And it's like, if you are coming into my life, you really have to compliment it.
Yeah.
And that right now, even if it was there, I'm not ready for. I actually had this conversation with Mark, our videographer, last night. He's like, why are you not seeing anyone? I was like, I just don't want to. I just don't want to right now. I think I'm in a healthy space.
But that's good though, because I feel like I never really had like a really, really long period of my life being single. So bad.
Are you trying to say that I'm having a really long
A really long period of your life being single.
Yeah, but you were like me though. You went from relationship, didn't you?
Yeah. I just I love.
Wow.
Fucking hell.
Joe will be like, Jesus.
I just like, I don't know what it is. I think I just find myself in relationships.
But that's it's like when you're not looking for it. I think too many people now are like trying to force something. Do you want to explain what just happened?
Okay, so first of all, the camera cut off first time, so then we had to wait about 45 minutes for the camera to actually then recharge. We've just now filmed again and it didn't record on the podcast recorder.
Love that.
So this is our third attempt now at recording the end of this podcast.
I'm so excited.
So if it feels a little bit like we've said it all before, that's because we have.
We have.
We have. But what we were actually talking about before it cut off was the fact that people like struggle to find relationships because they're actively looking for one. Whereas like people, I always find that people always say it finds you when you're not looking for it.
It does though. And I definitely feel it's very different in every different country. Like in the UK, Ireland, like here, wow. Here is just like, it's a whole different entity of breed. I don't think I've ever really come across anything like it.
No, and obviously the whole time that we've obviously lived here, we didn't really know what the dating scene was like because none of us had none of our friends were single. Like we all had partners. You're the first one really that's had to like delve into the dating scene and like be a little bit more active, I guess, within
that area.
That area of living here.
Yeah.
And it is pretty wild, isn't it?
Honestly, I didn't even know that it was a thing. I really did not know that like people like this existed. I don't know, maybe I'm just a very sheltered person, but like honestly, like I don't think, and this is me being straight up, that I could have a relationship in this country.
Really?
I really don't think so. And I think it's because from what I've seen over like the last few months and stuff, like we've got like an amazing group of friends, like absolutely phenomenal. And a lot of them, they're very successful businessmen. They all do a lot of stuff. And like when we go out for dinners and stuff, sometimes we'll go out after and I'll join them from time to time, like every couple of weeks and things like that. And there is a place, and it is called Surf Club.
If you're at Surf Club every weekend, you are a red flag.
Hot red flag. So honestly, surf is like, it's a good vibe. It's amazing. It is expensive. It's not cheap. Like at home, you know, when you get a table in a nightclub, it's like what, a couple £100, whatever. Like there's no set fee or anything. You're talking thousands.
Yeah.
Like thousands. So honestly, note to anyone who's come to Dubai, if you're a male and you are looking to find a woman, get a bottle of vodka, sit at a table. They're like,
they'll flock
around the table. So basically I've seen a lot of like things from recent events of like, you know, we'll go out and out of nowhere I'll just see like all these people, these random like females coming up to tables, like the entitlement is actually pretty ridiculous, like coming up to tables and just expecting free drink off guys because they think that they can. I don't know why that's a thing here, because we buy our own bottle, even with our friends, because it's disrespectful, in my opinion, and I think it's quite rude to even think that you have that.
Just go and just drink what they've paid for. Yeah, 100%.
Like,
but it's weird that like that is a thing here, and I think a lot of girls like that's how people find people. They'll just, like, lads will be on a table, they'll buy a bottle, and girls will just, like, go to them. And I think because we're obviously friends with guys, we see that other side.
Yeah.
And I think probably that's why you're a little bit like, well, that's not me. So how do I actually find someone then?
So weird. Like, that is everything that I just don't like. And I feel, I don't know, I just don't think I could ever see myself. Why would you do that?
Yeah. Do you remember that girl that actually asked to have a bit of your wine?
Oh, wow. That was so bad.
It was the fact that it was you as well. Like, that wasn't even a guy. That was...
I was a girl asking me.
Yeah.
Like, we were out for my friend's 30th, right, a few months ago. And we were in surf. And they all had, like, a load of the guys had, like, there was girls, guys, very big mix because obviously it was a big party. And a few of us just said, like, a few of the girls, like, who I'm close with, we're like, oh, let's just get our own bottle of wine, as we always do. I just am very much a person, if I'm drinking from something and there's a spend on a table, that's so rude. It's just the way my mind is. People can think differently. You think the exact same as me. You are the same. I was having my glass of wine. It was pretty rammed, not gonna lie. There was a girl sitting behind me and I got a tap on the shoulder and I was like, hey, like, whatever. And she's like, oh, can I have some wine? And I thought she meant like the bottle of wine. So I said, oh, some of this. And she said, no, just some of your glass. I was like, what? I said, you want some of this? And she was like, yeah. So honestly, I've never gotten that. I felt like, you know, when you're like 17 and you've got like €500 going on holidays for your first big holiday away or something, and you're just sharing drinks. I was like, what is this? Like, guys, I'm in my 30s, right? So I think this is a bit strange. So I was like, okay. I handed her the glass and I was like, you can actually keep it. I think all our friends, like the girls, jaws were just on the floor. Very weird experience. So if I'm getting that, I can imagine how do guys feel. I don't know, but I think it's weird.
Yeah, it is so strange.
So that's what you're dealing with over here?
Yeah.
Not for me.
Single life forever.
I repeat, not for me. But yeah, like, that's the gist of it. So for now, I'm going to be very much single, living my best life. I think I'm smashing it though.
Yeah, I think it's nice that you can go on dates if you want to, but also, like, you're quite happy being content on your own. I think that's a very powerful place to be.
Yeah, like, I would rather spend time with all of you than be on a date. I know.
Thank you.
But on that note, I think obviously we've talked a lot about like relationships, dating and stuff like that. Like, every episode's been quite different.
Yeah, we've had questions like what the podcast actually is, and I think it's quite nice for us anyway, for me and you, because that's what we care about.
Yeah.
To actually be able to talk about different things, talking about fitness, getting people on, talking about different shit, talking about our own lives, because I just feel like being able to just talk about loads of different topics is quite fun. So that's really what the plan is. So if you've got any questions, if you've got any things like topics you want us to cover, just general, any queries about our lives, like even if you're listening on Spotify, watching on Spotify, you can actually comment down below, or if you're on YouTube, comment down below, or send us an email. But we will be more than happy to take any requests.
We're an open book.
Absolute open book.
But on that note, we will catch you guys in the next episode.